space and the amazing creators that do work there. And I know that the people watching don't need to hear an explanation about that. So without further ado, why don't I introduce the people we're here to see? Scott, Bao, thank you guys so much for being on the stream.
Hello.
Thank you guys so much. We're super thrilled to be here. And I just want to say, to all of you guys watching, I could not have made this possible without Bao and Scott. They have literally been beyond flexible, beyond helpful for me. So yes, we see people in chat. I'm getting a giddy, same, good. Let the giddiness flow through you. So the way this is going to work, if you guys have any questions throughout, please ask them. But I guess to start, Scott, thank you so much for being here, man. I have so many questions, but for now, how does it feel to be talking with a whale and me for the first time?
Well, this isn't mine and Bao's first interaction, but it is in terms of it being live. But it's definitely the first time I've ever met a whale and yourself. I mean, your hair is incredible, Nick. I'm just have to say that.
Oh, thank you.
It's not as good as Bao's, but but yeah, I'm just really excited, and it's been such a wonderful journey since the game came out, and the amount of people that have shown love for Blaidd. So yeah, I'm just a little bit stoked by it. It's amazing.
Yeah, and if you guys are fans of Blaidd and you're happy to have him here again, if you have any questions in chat when we get to a question and answer section, I'll be calling those out. And Bao, Scott was right in saying that this is not you guys' first interaction. I would love, give me the tea, give me the deets, right? Like, when did you first get your eyes on Blaidd and like, what's this Wolfman?
Well, I obviously streamed Elden Ring, and I remember getting to the part where you meet Blaidd for the first time, and I am a big Berserk fan, and I heard whisperings that there was a character that was similar to Guts, and Guts is my favorite character. I saw him, and I simply fell in love. I love his demeanor. It's he's definitely my favorite character in Elden Ring. And ever since that meeting, I expressed a lot of public affection for Blaidd,
yes,
and it appears that the affection was very relatable. So relatable that I ended up on a BuzzFeed article and video. And that's how I met Scott Arthur.
So, I mean, I just wanted to dig into that. Scott, when you're doing these lines, when you're trying to get into the head of this character, I mean, how far away on your target was? I think I'm going to amass a massive online, fans that think your character is handsome, is adorable, is is just all of these positive attitudes, all of this fandom. How did that take you when you first heard?
Well, I knew the game was going to be big. I knew the game had the capacity to obviously kind of top Dark Souls in many ways. But I just never imagined the kind of the euphoria that kind of has come with being in the game. I'm also quite friendly with a couple of other people that are in the game. And we've been chatting and kind of, we just can't believe it. It's crazy. But I just remember seeing Blaidd for the first time. It's when I actually auditioned for the role. And my first instinct when I went into it was I wanted to make him, well, I looked at his design and I thought, wow, okay, he's going to be this rugged kind of really kind of have a really deep voice. But I spoke to the directors of it, well, kind of Miyazaki as well, and kind of they really wanted to go for something that was a lot closer to me. So kind of I went in with it kind of thinking maybe I should go really gravelly, really kind of but then I kind of found out that Blaidd is kind of in his late 20s. So we wanted to make him real and to feel relatable. so then we found the voice for him, and then it was just fun. It was just kind of seeing all these lines that I was saying and getting to play with it and kind of do them in different ways, and just have so much fun with it. But it was really scary that first recording session, knowing that there was a team in Japan, Miyazaki was part of it, and then you also had the team in London as well. And this was during lockdown, so I traveled all the way into the middle of London to record this in the studio. No one was on the streets, so it was quite eerie. So it kind of lended itself to the game in a way. But yeah, it's amazing, and it's been amazing to kind of interact with with Bao and to
there's some similarities between like the vocal performances that like a VTuber and also a voice actor might give, right? I mean, there's so much energy you guys can bring. I thought, oh look, we even got the Blaidd pillow. Love that, right?
I love that.
It's perfect.
What is that? Is that like a shield?
It's a dakimakura. Do you know what that is? It's a body pillow, and you can there's a front side and a back side. No?
Like, I mean, we all have a front side and a back side. So,
you print your favorite characters on the pillow, their full body, and sometimes on the back there's a spicy side.
Oh, spicy side. Wait, so you print your favorite characters? Are you trying to say that Blaidd's your favorite character? So you like him for the spicy backside. I get it. Can you flip that pillow?
No. I actually can't.
Oh, I see.
The guy who rigged my model, it's how I have the movement. His name is Brian. He actually made this for me, as a gift. Figured this would be a great time to pick it out.
Can I ask how much? Because I haven't looked into this, but is there any Elden Ring merch yet? Any good merch that's come out?
Well, I actually went to Anime Expo, and there was so much Elden Ring fan art. I saw so much Ronnie. I saw so much Blaidd. I bought all the Blaidd posters that I saw. And there's a lot of cosplayers too. Do you know? There's like what is it? The Dung Eater? The Dung Eater character. Yeah, I saw so many cosplays of him, as well as Millennia too. So
I think part of that very same question, is there Elden Ring fan art? Well, guess what? There's merch you can get. If you've seen underneath our stream, you can actually check out Bao's store on Streamily and Scott's. We have some cool Elden Ring prints in Blaidd store, and Bao also has a print as well, her first exclusive print since the store has opened. And on the topic of Elden Ring, I'm curious if, and this is, I suppose, a question for the both of you, right? Elden Ring is a game that's like, you die a lot. It's a game that you either love it or you hate it. And yet I feel as if, Bao, your energy, your positivity, it seems as if maybe a counterintuitive to a type of stream that would match that sort of positivity. And, Scott, to that same point, when you were saying how you were finding the inspiration for the character, I thought it was really surprising that you're like, wait, he's in his 20s, right? Like, I never even thought of a character in Elden Ring being in his 20s. It's like, to me, I think 20s is positive. Elden Ring's so dark. So what do you guys think of just like this? It's such a dark and just a gloomy game, and yet the fandom around it is so fun. There's so like meme heavy. There's so much like absurdity going on. It's just a really fun mix. I'm interested in how you guys enjoy being a part of this fandom.
Bao, you go first. Ladies first.
Okay, thank you. Well, I think that a lot of memes in Elden Ring sort of write themselves, right? There's a ridiculous large pot named Alexander, and you have to pick him out beside his bum to get out of the ground. It's and also the Dark Souls fandom has been around for so long, and although I remember it being quite small before. Oh my gosh, my chat is spamming pot. Yeah, the Dark Souls fandom has been around for so long, and it was so much smaller than Elden Ring. I think like a big like. I don't know. There wasn't that many people on the
Yeah.
server. There was less than 1 million. And then right after Elden Ring came out, it just absolutely blew up in
Yeah.
Japan and in America. So I think for it to go as mainstream as it is today, there was gonna be some absurdity to happen
Yeah.
inevitably.
I think too, you know, and also like the open world nature of Elden Ring, right? Like it's an internet game, right? The memes are crazy. The world's so big. It's like everyone's want to share their like experience dying to this boss. I think it also allows for individual characters like Blaidd to like really stand out, right? Like in my experience, Elden Ring is about like exploring this massive world, and then it's like sharing. Like, have you guys done it this way? Have you guys done this route? Or like, look what I did with Blaidd. Or like, you know what? I killed him on sight. Not that we would ever do that on this stream, though. But yeah, man, we certainly have come a long way since those old Dark Soul messages, right? Those things people would try to have a jokes like, you know, a kneel here or something, you know, like death incoming. Now it's this whole bigger thing. And, you know, we have Elden Ring fans in the chat here. I know if you're in Battle Stream, I'm sure the chat's moving like a mile a minute. But if you guys are watching us on YouTube, we are reading the comments. If you guys have any questions, please. We have this really cool.
Oh my gosh.
We can shout out your guys' things. So when you say things like, "Oh, I'm so excited! I've been waiting for this." Look, cool. We can shout that out, and we can get your guys' questions on the chat. So if you have any questions for our talent here, please let us know. That being said, Scott, have you ever played a Dark Souls? Are you a gamer?
Are you a gamer?
Depends what type. So, okay. Theoretically, yes, I am a gamer. Because if I think back to my childhood, to being, you know,
Theoretically.
yeah, you know, but yeah, I am a gamer. I've not played Dark Souls, and I've yet to play Elden Ring. I want to play it when all the crazy kind of euphoria of it is kind of calmed down, and maybe in a couple of years, and I can just play it without kind of any distraction as well. Because also, I want to give it my time. You need to give it time. You can't just play for kind of 2 hours here and then wait a week, and then I mean you can, but it takes up too much of your time, and I don't have a lot of time at the moment.
Yeah, it's strange. I relate with that. I still haven't played Breath of the Wild because I know the game's so big. Like I know if I sit down and play, like I can't do this casually. Bao, you don't seem like a casual Elden Ring player.
Yeah.
Not casual. What would you think defines a casual Elden Ring player? Like, what's the hallmark of someone who gets really sweaty with it?
If you're a casual gamer, then that means that you might have a like a sleep schedule. You might have 3 meals a day. You might shower every other day, maybe every day. That would be really indicative. You might not have the gamer musk emanating from you. So
what does whale musk smell like, though? What does gamer whale musk smell like?
Well, it's funny you ask because a lot of expensive perfume comes from ambergris, and it actually comes from the digestive system of a whale. So I actually smell like, I don't know, probably like Calvin Klein or something, you know, that high-end stuff. So I would actually have never smelled bad a day in my life. It's completely canon.
Amazing. I don't think it's canon Blaidd smells good, though. I'm pretty sure it's canon he probably reeks. Or maybe not. Blaidd seems like a pretty sophisticated wanderer.
No, it's okay. I can fix him.
Bao can fix him.
I think Blaidd's quite musky. He's got this kind of woodland musk about him, I think. But it's that kind of pheromones that makes it really attractive.
Yeah, you know,
I agree.
I'm glad you mentioned pheromones. This is going to be tough for you, Scott, because you haven't played the game, but I'm still going to ask you it. Jennifer Dio in chat asked, since Bao did a stream on it already, would Scott be willing to name the top Elden Ring characters he would smash or pass? I mean, Scott, would you be willing to name the top Elden Ring characters you'd smash and pass? I personally think this is a very fair question. The community needs to know.
just Ronnie and Edie, you know.
Just Ronnie. Yeah, that's a good choice. Good choice.
Yeah, I am. I like to. So when people have requested cameos from me, as Blythe, which I love doing, and I think is great fun, and I'm just really glad I can give something back to the fans that love the show so much. I tend to sometimes kind of bring Rani into it, and kind of joke that Rani is waiting for me at home. I know that's not going to make.
That's so cute. I love Ronnie.
Yeah,
You
I
love
actually
Ronnie?
know.
One
I
of
actually
your
know the
favorite
actor
Belle?
that plays Ronnie.
I'm sorry, was it?
No?
Oh, I said I know. I'm quite friendly with the actress who plays Rani.
Oh. How can
so
I get
yeah.
one of those hats, right? Those wizard hats, right?
Yeah, I guess
It's beautiful.
maybe just get a Gandalf hat and then stick it in the
Big
bath.
hat Logan hat, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. So
It's good. Oh, a shrill lightning says, I'm so excited for this Bao and Scott collab. I wonder if she has a special message for him. Maybe a certain
Stop!
bark. I
No!
love that your chat and your fans are definitely trolling in here, Bao. So good. Give me the ammunition. There's a bark. Bao just got called out.
Um. Well, I mean, it's on Twitter. It's on
You're
Twitter.
right. It's
You
on
guys don't need
Twitter.
to hear it live.
Yeah,
So,
come on,
come on,
live.
you've heard it so many times. You guys must be so tired of it. It's a dead, stale joke now. Come on, guys. No,
Yeah, right.
don't spam it either.
Oh, it's being spammed, I bet now, right?
I mean, I've only heard it a few times, so
What YouTube? No, not YouTube.
You only heard it a few times,
Not
you know?
YouTube.
Do it.
Why?
Oh my God, your chat's going. Yeah, chat's definitely excited. But you know what? Listen, we don't want to throw Bao under the bus this whole time, right? This isn't just
no.
her getting bullied. We're not trying to bully Bao. We actually are trying to celebrate Bao. Bao has amazing prints in her store, shumli.com/Bao the Whale. Scott also has this amazing fan art we had made of a Blaidd. He's looking very very dashing, very serious. I'm stalling for you, Bao, right? I'm stalling so the memory
you're
of the dark
stalling.
fades away.
Right, gotcha.
No one remembers it. Oh no, please, Bao, they're saying do it for Scott. Oh no, that's tough. Okay, here. Let's do this. Chat. Let's say Bao. Let's ask some questions, chat. I'm definitely reading the Twitch chat now of Bao. And in the meantime, Elden Ring. This is a world that is sad. This is a world that is depressed. And yet, Blaidd, young wolf, in the prime of his life, right? Scott, if Blaidd were to take someone on a date to the world of Elden Ring, if Blaidd was like, it's time to just cool off and get to know someone, what's your perfect date in the Elden Ring world? What would Blaidd do?
What would Blythe do? He feels like the type of person that wouldn't necessarily be the most talkative. He feels like that brooding, still, quiet kind of person that kind of just goes with the flow. I think that he would do minimal planning for a date.
Minimal, yeah.
But it would turn out to be I think it would turn out to be quite good because perhaps just like a walk along the Mistwood Mausoleum maybe or something like that. And then
I can picture it, the mist and maybe some subtle grumbles, and maybe you hear in the distance a howling, a barking, and it's Bao. Bao, if you were to be walking in the forest and say, does this sound like a date you'd go on? Like what's a nice chill? What would you do if you were in front of a brooding wolf man who didn't have much to say? Would you try to match his energy? Would you
Marriage.
try to? I mean, how would you?
You guys are too much fun.
I'm so curious, but I'm really, because this is for the lore. We're trying to figure out how this dynamic clash of immovable object meets an unstoppable force. I feel as if maybe some good activity. You could go swimming, right? You guys could maybe take a dip. I think Bao is kind of the advantage there. We could probably swim circles around him. Just snap your finger. Yeah. Chat saying go barking. Okay. Don't think that's an activity. That's the opposite of a quiet, chill date. Chat. You
You
can't
know,
go barking.
I think Blythe can't swim properly, and so
Mm.
Bao would have to help Blythe swim, which is quite cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Just hop on my back and we'll both doggy paddle, I guess.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I
Yeah.
feel like he would be afraid of water, right? Because he gets wet and then it takes forever to dry off.
Oh, yeah. It takes forever for Blythe to get dry.
And if Blaidd gets dry, the woodland musk goes away. It all of a sudden gets wet dog musk. That's a completely different type of cologne. That's like a prank cologne. Yeah, wet dog. And you don't want that. Or actually, maybe Bao, now that I think about it, I mean, have you ever considered that? He's going to be a wet dog aesthetic every date, every time you even try to go near him. That's got to be tough, maybe for the whale wolf combo.
I mean, there's magic in the game. You just use some pyro, you know?
Magic. You know what? What is Blaidd's wish? What is Blaidd's like, if Blaidd could summon the most powerful magic in Elden Ring, he did it, his mission's complete. Like, what is your ultimate goal, Blaidd? You know, like what is your character's desires, Scott?
Well, I think it's mostly Rani based, isn't it? It's to serve and to protect um, and to kind of make her proud and kind of, you know, to show her that he will fight sword and fan for her until the day that he sadly dies. And I think, yeah, and it was something that we spoke about when we were recording it, actually, this kind of, you know, this thing that takes over him that he just can't control. And yeah, which is a little bit like love in many aspects, isn't it? It's just this thing that washes over you and you do silly things and you say stupid things and good things. But yeah, I think it's a mix of that. And he probably just wants to be loved as well. He wants to be loved. I think that's probably his goal, which just makes him human, which it's all these things that make these NPC characters, not even the NPC ones, but you know, all the characters in the game. I think everyone did so much work and kind of they really studied them and kind of thought about them as human beings rather than characters.
Yeah.
They're childhood friends.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think that note all of the voice actors must have brought is that like humanization, right? You can't have a world as grim and dark as Elden Ring without feeling like the human suffering, right? Without getting the player in the world of like, it's either like have hope or lose it all. I think it's interesting too, you know, this aspect of like a magic, what you would do, right? Bao, you've played the game, you know the magic, you know the things capable, right? If you were in the world of Elden Ring, and it's kind of a similar question that I asked, you know, before. If you were in the world, if you had this, you know, overwhelming magic to reveal, what is your goal? What are you trying to accomplish when you play? You know, what's your character's lore?
I guess as a tarnished, you're supposed to be Elden Lord, right? But I think, I don't know. I guess I would try to find some normalcy in this world that is like slowly falling apart. There's like asteroids coming down, monsters all around us, but there's still people trying to live their lives, right? There's still just normal tarnished people trying to, I don't know, not get turned into a finger. So it would be nice to just live my cute cottagecore life in Elden Ring.
I guess it's just very similar to the world we live in now. You know, like there's a lot of bad stuff happening all the time, and I think, you know, going back to a question earlier that what you were asking about, you know, why is the fandom so enthusiastic and colorful and energetic and fun, is because you need that in life, because that's why we have comedy, that's why we have entertainment, that's why we do all these things to take us away from, you know, Miyazaki's playing 4D chess. That's what he's doing.
He is.
He's clever.
He's invading our dreams.
Basically, yeah.
It is kind of crazy to think, if you play enough of a video game, you definitely start to dream about it. You can just try that with Tetris. Chat, play Tetris for 5 hours. Try and sleep. you're going to be dreaming of dropping Tetraminos. Same thing with Elden Ring, right? You're going to be in that misty beach, pining around. I can't get over this note you said about like Blaidd just wanting to look for love. Someone in chat just said like Blaidd just wants to be Blaidd wants to be called a good boy, and that resonates with me. Like it resonates with me that in so many times we have these hero characters or these like anti-hero characters, and it's like, yeah, they're trying to fight the big bad, but like there are refugees out there. There are just a tarnished out there that are living the normal life, right? I hope more games can come out like Elden Ring that, allow these characters traditional tropes we all love. We all love a good wolfman, right? We all love a good knight with a silver shield. But, you can really add a lot of dynamicism to. And speaking of that, someone said, Blau, please don't call Blaidd a good boy on stream. I've learned about Twitch chat. When you ask a streamer not to do something, you're really saying, I'm going to do something. Here is a question. Has Bao ever finished Blaidd's quest line to its end? This is a curious question. Have you? I mean, what is Blaidd's end? It seems like a sad one. Didn't you almost mention that? I think this was already hinted.
I am avoiding it for
Yeah.
personal reasons.
Yeah. Personal reasons. You don't have to go down. I mean, just if you could, though, I mean, if you were to think about it, what would happen if you did finish the quest line? I mean, start a new game, right? Like, there's no point. Why even load up Elden Ring?
I think I would reconsider career paths probably. Maybe go on a life finding quest outside of streaming. I don't want the story to end. I love just being immersed in the world as it is. Why even have an end? Why do good things have to have an end? Why can't I just live eternally in this ever looping, funny land of pots and fingers, it isn't necessary, to reach an end, right?
Yeah. I really want to stick on that one point. If only you could just live eternally, right? But wait, you can in the shape of a print, actually. You can go to streamly.com/Bao the Whale, and anyone can collect a signed print of Bao. You can have it printed, framed, glossy print, all of that good stuff. And the same thing for Blaidd. You can check out Scott's store, and there's going to be all sorts of characters from IP season, right? Part of what we do at Streamily is, we really try to bring the fans directly to the talent. So again, I really want to give a shout out to all of the people in chat. Thanks so much for being so active. I am looking at your questions. If you have some good questions in chat, I'm trying to poke into the brains of Blaidd and Bao as much as I can. The two different sides of a coin, but linked together by fate. This fandom that continues to bring them together just when Scott thinks he's free. No, we're going to plan another Bao whale event. Nick Golding asked the questions here. How many puppies would Blaidd want a partner? How many puppies? So that's an interesting way to put it. How many kids, I think, if you were to think Blaidd children. Does Blaidd want kids? Does Blaidd want children? I'm not sure.
Yes, he's half wolf, so he has a little bit of a dog in him. So,
a little bit of a dog in him, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Bao? Do you think this Bao you think Blaidd the character wants kids in your fanfic?
Maybe I should. Maybe we'll come back to this question. Why don't we just pin a pin in it and we'll just come back to it, okay?
Let's put a pin in it. I won't say anything. I was nice to see the YouTube chat is just as degen as Twitch chat. Yeah, that is true. There's definitely some degen energy. But you know what? The tension here is palpable. This is like when you bring two magnets together, right? And you feel that, we have you guys wanted this. You should have seen the first tweet. When we first shared this, my phone was like because everyone was like, wow, they actually did it. They finally did it. Here's a question for you, Scott. Ryan Kabalian asked, have you read the series called Berserk? Because your character is based on the MC of the manga.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
For the manga Berserk, that's what your character is based on. Scott, thoughts?
No, I haven't. That sounds great, Ryan. I will look into it.
Oh, there's your homework. We're going to check back in on Friday. Maybe the first couple chapters, you can give us a summary, you know.
It's
Be good.
Yeah, I could read it. I could read maybe a chapter for you.
Oh, see that? Okay, that a live reading of the first chapter of Berserk. That is what I'm. But you have to do it in the voice of Blaidd. Actually, I'd like to. Is the voice of Blaidd you on just a day you haven't shaved, or?
Yes, it's difficult. It's me, but more brooding and more calm. He's more calm. Blaidd is more. He's more assured than I am. I feel as if sometimes I'm quite fleeting in my thoughts and like I'm kind of all over the place sometimes. But he's much more. He has this amazing stillness about him, and you know.
Wow.
If somebody wants to put a line in the chat, and I'm happy to maybe say one or two lines.
Oh, you did it now. That's dangerous territory with Streamly. You guys heard it. I mean, I can't. The floodgates are open. Scott, you just did the golden rule. Voice lines. Yeah. We even see in chat now. I bet we can crowdfund that cameo.
Please,
a live reading.
stop
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, live reading of Berserk. That would be sick, actually. Yeah, there's definitely. No, I don't think we can get him to say, "Bow, I love you. I will give you everything you want."
What
no,
the
I like
heck
that
is
one.
wrong with you guys? Can you please be normal, chat?
Yeah, there'd be a normal one. We need to breathe.
No,
okay, so
stop,
funny.
please.
I can't read chat for long. It's pretty funny. Here, Bow, let's give you the opportunity. You're the super fan here. What's your favorite Blaidd voice line? And this, like, what's your favorite vibe? Yeah, let's hear it now.
I think my favorite one is right after. Well, I don't want to spoil, but it's a part where you're supposed to meet up with him at this specific location, and he describes it as like under like the fallen stars, or like where the sky broke, and it is such a like beautiful line. And it sounds it just sounds so romantic, and he says it in a way that is so like kind and patient, like, "I'll be waiting for you." I really love that line so much.
How can you not like it?
I don't know. I tend to exhaust his voice lines, so maybe that's why I remember it.
I mean, Scott, would you like to meet us somewhere under the under the shattered stars, where the beautiful line was?
You know,
Can you even remember? Can you remember that line?
Come on, chat. This is what you're here for.
That's what I figured.
I didn't have to learn any of the lines because they were on screen. But obviously, I did them quite a lot, so there's quite a few that I do remember.
Yeah.
But I do recall saying that line and remember it, and just kind of thinking back at how beautiful it was.
Now, trust me, chat is on it. If I know chat, there's someone right now that's hurriedly.
Can someone get the line? If someone can get the line.
Someone posted it in my chat.
On an Elden Ring, yeah, right?
It's from Melon Fortress.
Ooh, Melon, yes. Let's meet where the falling star bit the earth, and we'll go into battle again, side by side. My only purpose is to fight for Rani's fate, sword and fang. The curtains rising.
Yes, that's the quote. That's my favorite line.
You put it.
Let me put it in chat. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in chat.
You put it in the chat. Oh, I was on the private chat, and now I'm on the normal comments. And
oh, yeah. Here, I put it in our private chat.
Okay, you ready?
And oh my God, chat is so cool. You guys are doing great. Look at you all helping out, Scott. All right, here it is. Bow, get your records ready, everyone. Get your clips ready. We do this for you, Bow.
Okay, here we go. I'll try not to corpse. Let's meet where the falling star bit the earth, and we'll go into battle again, side by side. My only purpose is to fight for Bow's fate, sword, and fang. The curtains rising on the final act.
Chill. I got chill. Like a little nice. See, I mean, Bao is just
That
Bao
was
is
like a balloon. You know when you hold a
yeah.
balloon and you do that. Yeah.
Oh,
That was like the a Windows loading sound. Dun 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 dun. Just little loading screen. It's hilarious. Bao, I mean, that was so cool. Thanks, Scott. You were, I mean, you're melting. Please, Bao, you're melting. I'm worried about you.
oh, that's just such a pretty line. I love it so much.
It
Thank
really
you.
is. It really is beautiful.
Uh,
The falling star bit the earth. I like it too because it's, he's a dog. It's a nice little bit that the writers, they're always trying to play to that. Sword and Fang. Very cool. Well, chat, I mean, hey, again, if you guys got your voice lines, this is definitely a fan-facing event. You guys have been so awesome. And yeah, and the chat loved you. Thanks so much for that Blaidd performance there.
You know,
We got
a lot of
yeah,
the lines were changed last minute as well when we were recording.
really?
So there was a lot of lines where Miyazaki would say, "No, I don't like it. Let's change it." And the
oh
writers on the
wow,
spot.
he directed your lines as you were recording.
Yeah, so he was sat there.
Oh my
Yeah, so
gosh.
yeah, it was really scary.
Yeah,
It was
this
really
is the
scary.
story we want to hear for sure.
Wow.
And I just because obviously he's like video game royalty. You know, he is huge. And the first day that I was doing it, like I said earlier, I was really nervous. But by kind of the second or third session, we were kind of we just got into this flow that worked really well, and we were both very honest with each other and thinking, I'd kind of say, no, I don't think that line works so well. Because a lot of it would probably be written in Japanese and then translated, and it kind of didn't translate as well. But yeah, it was great, and it was just amazing to see how quick the writers then could think of things and come up with different words and different,
Oh, so the original script was in Japanese and then it was sort of like localized to English?
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, it must have been. So there was obviously the English team that kind of translated everything to make sure that it sounded right in an English way, not in an English accent, but like obviously spoken in English. If you get my gist.
That's incredible.
I wonder if that has to do with some of the stillness you said you like really like recognized in the character, like if it would make sense if you guys were kind of like translating from Japanese. And to be honest, I'm so curious to hear more about the direction you got. Like what, like what was like a good, like, oh yes, good, Scott, on right direction, like what made them happy?
What made them happy? When I got it right.
All right, guys, you heard it here, folks.
Yeah. No, it was more to do with it was kind of little tweaks here and there that Miyazaki would really love to hear, because kind of I'd say a line one way sometimes, and he'd kind of come back and he'd kind of say, is there any way that you can say it with more pain or with more feeling? And obviously as an actor, it's difficult when a director gives you those kind of vague ways of doing things, because you think, oh, then that's kind of, there's so many ways that you can go down that route. But because we made Blaidd so human in a way, I was able to kind of use a little bit of myself as well, and kind of things that make me feel things, kind of, which is an actor's job, I guess.
I'm telling you, Scott, if they would have cast anyone else that didn't have that, like, the more measured, cool, quiet sensibility, I don't think Blaidd would be the character that people love. I really do think it's the dynamicism you bring to it.
Thank you. That means a lot. But I know it's what I love about it is, because Blaidd, because I'm the voice. There's nothing more. I'm the voice of Blaidd, right? But Blaidd is so much more, in terms of the design of him, and the way he looks and the way he moves and all that. And I guess it's not cheating in a way as an actor, because if you're voicing any kind of video character or a cartoon or you're doing a radio play, you have to use your voice as much as you can. It's your only tool that you have in that instance. But yeah, I don't know. I think I've trailed off and I've forgotten what I was going to say now. I do that quite a lot.
That's okay. Continue.
Yeah, actually, Scott, I want to ask Bao a question, but as I do, before that, I want to call out Bailey O, the line, let's give him a squeeze, show him just how sharp my teeth are. Always flusters me, lol. So after this question, Scott, I would love to have you try this line. Seems like a good one, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. I might ad lib as well. Put some.
Yeah, please, the ad lib.
Let's give Bailey a squeeze. Show them just how sharp my teeth are.
Nice. Oh, the chat's like, oh wow, we got some some spam from the chat. Okay, I admit it. I'm a furry. I love that. It's so
No,
funny.
stop spamming it.
It's so funny. Well, Bao, thanks so much, Scott. Hey, I hope you like that voice line, Bailey. Oh, that's what we're all about here at Streamly. We're really trying to connect you fans with this amazing talent. So thank you for that. Bao, I have a question for you now.
Uh-oh.
Because we've been talking about it, like the acting performance, the vocal quality. And at the same time, I feel as if you are in that exact same lane. VTubers, you bring a vocal energy and a performance that I can only imagine is aided by the fact that you're a VTuber. So, what's it like being able to just so freely have any, say anything you want without having to like worry about, like the physical person? What's that like? Is it freeing? Do you feel that you're different when you're in your avatar? I'm very, very curious about that.
That's an interesting question. I definitely have noticed. So I've been VTubing since I debuted October 2020. And I definitely, whenever I stream, I typically have my avatar on one monitor and my stream on the other. Especially when I'm just chatting. And so as I see my avatar sort of emulate what I'm saying, I can also kind of like immerse myself inside of the avatar. So whenever I stream, I really do feel like that is me. I am seeing a mirror of myself. And that definitely really does help with, I guess, sort of immersing myself into the character that like is just basically me, but also emphasizing the parts of it that I enjoy the most, which is me being bubbly or silly, being I love it when chat teases me and makes fun of me. I love to play into that. I love to make sure that everyone knows that I'm suffering. It's just really great seeing like a visual representation of my feelings and the things that I say. It definitely is sort of like I'm directing myself as I'm talking and being myself and being silly and fun. So yeah, I definitely think that is like an actual thing that other VTubers experience.
Yeah, because you are direct. I so like resonate with that because you're just looking at yourself and every time you move, your model does something. So there's a part of your head that's like, all right, and then I'm gonna move my head, and then I'm gonna, because you're like putting on the show. That's really fantastic. And another point, chat, you definitely bully Bao, but it's in a fun way. There's always this interesting dynamic with streamers, but I think VTubing, there's this a separation. The chat can't get too mean. They can't get too crazy. And even if they do, well, fine. There's this degree of separation. So yeah, you guys, it's been fun to try to read through and find the good questions. And I think we actually, here's one. Let's go to Riza, who just wanted to answer Scott's question. All the Soul Stories were written in Japanese first and then translated in other languages, but the only vocal language is English. Oh, interesting.
That makes sense. I was so curious to hear about that. That makes a lot of sense.
And Brain Fried says, we do not recognize this pity rail. She denies at least the color that barked the wolf. Oh, no. Listen, it is true.
Okay, the majority of
after that beautiful presentation, it only is fair.
Wait, let me explain. I swear.
No,
okay, listen. I only made one tweet. I only made the first tweet that I made about Blaidd. That was 100% me. And then everything after that is I had a punishment stream where me and my chat like created stupid punishments, and I would spin this wheel every time I laughed while watching like a meme compilation. That was my punishment, and one of them was to make a thirst tweet. And everything past the first tweet was not me. It was my chat. I promise.
Oh, that's so funny. A thirst tweet. So, Scott, please tell me you saw this thirst tweet, right?
They tag him in every single one. There's no way he couldn't have seen it. I hate you guys.
There's no way they tagged me. They were DMing him. Yeah, Copium, Lola. Yeah. Chats. But we love Bao, of course. We love Bao. A-Star says, my first time meeting you, Bao. I think you're a sweet, awesome person. Scott, huge. I'm sure it's huge fan, but Scott, you're just huge, man. You're huge. Oh, huge fan. Yeah, last thing I said. Thanks there, A-Star.
Thanks, A-Star.
Yeah. It's time to get back to the question. No. We've asked that question. Yeah, A-Star. So we have about 10 minutes left of this stream. First of all, I want to thank you guys for even coming here. I want to thank all the chat for being here. I want to thank the fans for coming here. This stream is, think of it as a celebration and an announcement that Bao and Scott are on a Streamily. Not only do they have amazing prints that you guys can get, they will sign these prints as well. And the next time you see them on stream, those beautiful prints will be in their arms and they'll be signing as we're chatting, who knows. But we're going to get you guys the prints you need, get them framed, all of that. Check out Bao the Whale at streamly.com and Scott Arthur. But we do have 10 minutes left, and I want to kind of give us a wrap up. So, Blaidd, Scott, Bao, we've talked a lot about where we view your characters in Elden Ring, how you as a gamer enjoy Elden Ring, and Scott, you've given us so much insight on how the game is made, so I thank you for that. Now I want to talk about life after Elden Ring. So, when you're not embodying the sultry wolf and when you're not dealing with the thirst posts from Bao, what does Scott do on just a normal Saturday? It's 1 p.m., you got nothing to do.
Well, if I've got nothing to do, then I tend to do nothing. I've got a dog. So my dog takes up a lot of my attention.
Oh, what breed?
She's a Cavapoo. Shall I go and grab her really quickly?
Yes.
Give me 1 minute.
Okay. A Cavapoo! That's a poodle and Cavalier King's Charles Spaniel. I love Cavapoos. They're so cute.
I had a little a Bichon, a Frise, the little white ones. I probably said the name wrong, but I love them. I've had that dog like so many times. It's almost like you're playing. Oh, look! Yep, something like that.
There we are.
So
She's the star of the show.
Oh,
So
little
this
baby.
is her name's Bobby, but B-O-B-I.
Bobby.
Yeah, and she takes up all of my attention. But I don't know. It's kind of like I'm a huge sports fan, so I love watching sports, football, soccer to you Americans.
I've noticed.
Yes, yeah. Rugby as well. I love.
Rugby.
And yeah, I live in a really beautiful part of London, where there's lots of kind of parks, which is, I mean, this is why London's so great, is that it has just so many parks across the city that you can go to and kind of escape the urban kind ofness of London.
So your free day is like a rest day. It seems like you're very busy. You're always doing something. So your idea of true serenity is just, let me take a walk in the park, hang out with my dog.
Yeah, literally just walking in the park. I love bird watching as well, and there's something really amazing about just sitting there, and whether you're watching the sun go down or it's any time of day, and you can just listen to the birds. And it always, if ever I'm feeling slightly anxious or sad, or even when I'm happy, just go into the park just to kind of reconnect yourself with life, because I think we don't do that enough. We get so caught up in how busy we are, whether it's work or family or relationships, and just go into somewhere quiet and you can hear the birds tweet and you just think, that's it. That's all it is. Life's short. Enjoy it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that. Stillness and quiet from Scott. These are things we value on this stream. Let's keep it chill.
Just no stress. Life's too short to be stressed. It's too short to be stressed.
Yeah. I
know,
love that feeling, says Alex. Yeah, I agree. That's a good feeling. Bao, I want to ask you the same question, as in, like, think of a time in which the whale empire is going swimmingly. You got your chat is like you're whipping them. They're in control. Everything's going great, and it's a free Saturday. What are you gonna do? Just it's all you.
Uh, I joke about it a lot, but I'm sort of a workaholic. If I'm not streaming, then I'm working. If I'm not working, then I'm streaming. I have a really hard time putting down work, and I guess trying to wind down. Even when I do wind down, it always is sort of like community related. I'll just like chill in my Discord server and play games with my subs. Otherwise, I do have 3 cats. I love just hanging out with them. I'll actually pull up cat videos. I don't know if you know what those are, but they're like just picked like videos of like birds and squirrels. And the cats
Oh,
just
you mean like a video is for cats?
yes, they're
Yeah.
those exist. So you
Yes.
can turn your cats into little iPad children, and they'll just watch TV with you. It's really funny.
That's so funny. I thought you were like, do you know what a cat video is? And I'm like, yes. It's a video of a cute
They're
cat
videos
on the
for
internet.
cats. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like cat a TV. They have little squirrels running around or
yeah.
something, a bird noise. That's great.
Yeah,
Love it.
that's sort of about it.
Yeah.
Ever since I got into VTubing, it's sort of been a full-time job. So, I mean, before I definitely loved to do outdoor things. I used to live near a national park, and that was where there was this waterfall nearby, and I always like tried to like climb underneath it and just sit there until like the spray of the waterfall made me too cold, and then I'd just leave. But now I don't live anywhere near that. I'm just I'm on my computer all day.
That's like such a great story, but it was like such a great backstory. That's like Bao the whale lore. That's why you're a whale. This like a communal spot under a waterfall. It's so cool. You guys both mentioned parks. You guys both mentioned this idea of chill, relax. And you know what, Bao, you do seem very busy. You do seem like someone who's very, very busy. I definitely get that feel. I hope, maybe you can replay that voice line that Scott so happily, maybe that could be your new ringtone, right? Whenever you get a work text, it just says like, I'll meet you by the twinkling
No,
star. And you would breathe in, breathe out, something like that. Guys, this has been a really cool stream. We got 2 minutes left, and then I have to let them go by law. I know. I wish I could just chat with them and have them answer your guys' crazy questions. I mean, if I'm just going to be the chat translator here, we got a lot of people calling for barks, which, you know what, Bao, that's on you. This is your culture. Please, Bao, do the thing. Do the thing, right? And we also have Riza saying, the biggest dream I just thought of. Scott Arthur, voice of Blaidd, meeting Mark DeRayson, the voice of Guts from Berserk. Well, you know what? Hey, it might just happen, right? We already have Scott doing his Berserk homework assignment. You know what? Who knows? It's all in the future. It's all possible here with Streamly. You guys got 2 minutes. I mean, is there anything, Scott, about what would you like to end this panel QA with? Obviously, we got the store link underneath. We don't need to plug that anymore. You guys can check out their socials. What would you like to leave us with, Scott?
Just thank you to everyone that has tuned in, and also to all of you who have kindly bought some prints and of the amazing artwork. And I'm really happy to do them, and I'm really happy to write whatever you request. So but without trying to sound as if we're plugging it, but yeah, listen, I love this game. I think this game has the capacity to basically take us to a world which is so far away but feels so close to home. And it's just been a pleasure to do it, and it's been a pleasure for it to bring me to meet Bao and you, Nick, and to be doing all of this. So thank you.
Thank you, and that's very, very well said. Bao, the floor is yours.
First and foremost, thank you so much, Scott, for just amusing my community as well as myself. It's been such an amazing few maybe like a month now, 2 months. I go on Twitter and it feels like I'm enjoying like the peak of my life. I adore Elden Ring. I think it's one of the most rewarding games I've ever played in my life. It's definitely made a mark on me, and I just am so humble to even be able to have this conversation with you, and really just it's been such a pleasure seeing your work and also being able to interact with you. You've been so kind to me and my community, so thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for brightening the the last month, because it's been a lot of fun. So yeah, and
Wow.
long may it continue.
Guys, yes, Scott has been a legend for playing along with our shenanigans. A Twitch chat now just pouring out in support of love with Scott. Everyone's saying thank you. But yeah, guys, thank you. It's a cool panel. Thank you. Yeah. We really appreciate it, right? We're really glad you guys like this. Part of why Streamly was founded is so we can all connect the same way we do at cons, the same way we do at Comic-Con, Anime Expo. But not everyone can go to the panel. Not everyone can show up and wait along with their little print in hand trying to get it signed. So that's really what we're trying to do here, and we appreciate you guys coming. But that has been our time. I am Nick Durazio. I have been so thrilled, honestly, to talk with you guys. I've learned a lot. I'm interested in more of this voice acting VTuber connection. I think there's something there. There's something with the mics. There's something with the fact that so much expression, and there's these little tiny details, like Bowles has a camera tracking her little expressions, but so do the voice actors when they're I'm doing these characters. I've talked to voice actors with the balls on their face, everything. So it's definitely some cool territory, and I'm glad we were able to get this crossover. Thanks, guys, for being here. I'm officially waving out and going to end the broadcast. So thanks, guys. It was so much fun. Yeah. And the tail comes out. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, she did it. We got her.
That's all.
We got her. Yes. And the broadcast ended. Cut it. It's ending. It can't end. Okay, there you go. The broadcast ended. Thank you guys so much.